I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everybody. Mark, the controversial Christian here. Talk a little bit about dabbling today after we do our morning prayer and our morning reading. See, today is day 5 of the second month of the new year. My coronavirus is all but gone. I'm feeling pretty good. My wife still got a little bit of after effects. She had to go get another shot, I guess, because her lungs aren't clearing up like they're supposed to. I don't know why, but she seems to be having a little bit of trouble still. Some people just lingers, and others, me, I don't have any symptoms at all. I feel pretty good. Okay, here's our opening prayer. Let the eternal God be the portion of my soul. Let heaven be my inheritance and hope. Let faith be my wisdom, and love my very heart and will. And patience, preserving obedience be my life, and then I can spare the wisdom of the world, because I can spare the trifles that it seeks, and all that they are like to get by it. Yeah, this coronavirus here is... I should probably write a book on it too. I see some kid over there in Nashville wrote a book about it. She's like 3rd grade, I think, or something. Good for her. We all should write a book about it. Stuff is... February 5th. Doing what he did. Moreover, it is required in stewards that one be found faithful. From 1 Corinthians 4:2. Whether they realize it or not, children are stewards of things given by their parents: time, possessions, food, and more. Yeah, we learn what we live. It is the parents' responsibility to help their children make wise decisions about how to use these resources. In other words, how to be good stewards of the gifts that have been given to them. All human beings were created to be stewards of the gifts of God: life, breath, talents, resources, relationships, and the creation in which we live. Christians have been made stewards of even more: the grace of God, spiritual gifts, and the gospel, for example. As Christians, we are to use our resources to accomplish what Jesus Christ would do in our place. And he said, "The Son of Man has come to seek and save that which was lost." The question is, are we being good stewards? We should be doing the same thing Christ would do in our place: seeking and saving the lost. Stewardship is what a man does after he says, "I believe." That's from W.H. Greaves. You find yourself dabbling in a little bit of everything. I mean, there are so many choices in life. It's really hard, unless you're really laser focused on what you really want to do. You know, like some people, when they get out of school, they know what they want to do. They go to college, they become a doctor or a lawyer, like that. Yeah, but that's only a small percentage of the population. For most people, especially like people like me, and maybe you too, we can't really decide what we want to do in life. You know, when I got out of high school back in the 70s, I worked for my dad for a while. He was in the masonry business. We would cut stone out of the side of the hills, and we would sell it, you know, and we had a pretty good business. But, you know, it was really hard work. And I was the kind of guy that I didn't really want to work that hard. So I would, you know, I got a job at a factory. Then I got a job making newspapers, printing newspapers. And then I got a job, you know, rehabbing houses, and I worked in a hardware store. I mean, I've had all different kinds of jobs. I mean, I've even had a job where I went around and cleaned toilets, believe it or not. It's just part of, you gotta make money. If you want good things in life, you gotta make money to earn them. And so, sometimes it's really hard to make up your mind what you want to do. I call it being a dabbler. That's my name for it. Being a dabbler. I mean, my wife and I, we have a catering business, which because of the coronavirus, it's practically nothing right now. And I sell CBD oil and stuff like that online, and the market's kind of saturated, so it's a little tough to do it. And there's a lot of places that don't allow CBD oil, like Facebook Marketplace, Amazon. You can sell hemp oil, but you can't sell CBD oil. There is a difference too. Let's see, what else do we got? You can sell on Amazon. I'm a member of this group that sells on Amazon, and I see so many horror stories about people's accounts getting locked. They don't get paid. People leave them negative reviews. I sold a few things on Amazon, but that was a long time ago. Now, I have a store on eBay, and I sell latex mattresses, and I sell fudge too, and I got some other miscellaneous stuff. Every once in a while I'll go to the flea market like that, and if I see a buy on something, I'll buy it. Because I like to tinker with things, Like I had somebody call me up, wanted me to look at their lawnmower. I used to fix lawnmowers. So I looked at the guy's lawnmower, I made a couple of bucks on it, but I like doing stuff. I like working with my hands, I got a little woodworking shop out back. I make things if somebody has something they want repaired or they have an antique they want stripped, I'll do that. Stripping's hard work though. No, not the kind you grab a pole and you take your clothes off. That's not the kind of stripping I'm talking about. Stripping furniture. And then they've got all these courses. Oh, I also dabble a little bit in real estate too. I got a couple of properties. I'm thinking about getting some more too. Because real estate, I think I'm going to wait a little bit because with real estate now, if you hold a mortgage for somebody, I've got one place that I hold a mortgage for. They've been paying, but sometimes they're a little bit a week or so late, which don't bother me because I charge them a late fee, so that's all right. But like some of these landlords now, they've got tenants in there that because of this coronavirus, the government says they don't have to pay their rent, but then they got to catch up afterwards, which is really discrimination against the landlords because they've got bills to pay too. I mean, these people that aren't working, they're getting these unemployment checks. A lot of them are. So there ain't no reason at all why they can't pay their bills. They're using the cover. Like I have a friend of mine that he has a bunch of rental properties around here. And he's got one guy that's working, but he hasn't paid his rent, and he can't evict him because of the coronavirus thing. Which is, I think is total bull. I mean, it's just, so people are really kind of like turning to the internet for money. I'm retired, so I really don't need much. A couple of dollars here and there, kind of supplement my income. I've got, some stuff, a little bit of money coming in here and there, and we get money for our grandkids. So we're good. But some people are really struggling a lot. And then you'll see all these ads. If you do a search on Facebook or something, after you do that, like if you're doing a search for a home business, and after you do that search, you'll get, when you're scrolling down through, you'll get all these ads because they're targeting you. They're tracking you, everything you do. I've even got that DuckDuckGo, and they're still tracking me. So you're not immune to tracking. I think they track you through the Facebook app is what it is, I believe. But, you'll get I went to this webinar, and they were talking about making money selling on Facebook Marketplace. I've sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but I've still got a lot of stuff on there yet I haven't sold. But they're saying, well, you you get a drop shipping company and you sell the stuff on Facebook, and then you send it, you have the drop shipping company send it to the customer. But you know what they're not telling you is it takes a couple of weeks for you to get your money. See, they don't tell you that because they want to sell you the course. So don't be fooled, because selling on Marketplace, you know, if you got smaller items, you can ship it through Facebook. You know, you print out a label and you decide how much it weighs and how much they charge for shipping, and they'll ship it. But you won't get your money until about 5 days after the customer receives the item. So if he don't receive the item right away, you know, say it takes a week to get to him, you're waiting, you know, 2 weeks to get your money. You know, and if you've got a few $1,000s tied up in inventory you're sending out, you know, you've got your money tied up. You won't be getting it for 2 weeks. Amazon's the same way. You don't get your money for a couple of weeks. That's why I quit selling on there. Because now Facebook, or not Facebook, eBay is different, because you get your money right away, which I like. That's what I like about eBay. And I sell on Bonanza too, but they won't let you sell CBD oil there. I tried. I even tried disguising it, but it didn't work. Their algorithms or whatever it is picks it up. But I sell latex mattresses, because I found a company where I can make a, you know, 30, 40, 50 bucks on a mattress, and I'm good. And I'm still half as much as everybody else. You know, I don't really need a whole lot of money. So, you know, I sell Mr. Fix It 34116, I believe, is my Facebook. Or Mark Whitney. Mark Whitney. You know, you can visit my site and see for yourself. Even though I wasn't going to say anything about selling on this video, I wanted to let you know if you need a latex mattress, you know, I've got it on Bonanza. I've also got it on Facebook, or not on Facebook, excuse me, eBay. I don't want to sell it on Facebook, because if I sell a mattress on Facebook, I'll have to put the money out, and then I'll have to wait a couple weeks for my money, you know. And, you know, and these mattresses are $400 or $500. That's a lot of money to put out for one item. If you sell 10 of them a week, you know, that's a lot of money to put out. But, you know, that's just being a dabbler. Everybody, you know, a lot of these people say, well, stick with one thing. But, you know, the way your mind, some people's minds think is they can't do that. They can't do just one thing. I know I can't. It drives me crazy. I've got to be doing something. You know, if I'm not promoting CBD oil, I'm selling a mattress, or I'm working on a lawnmower, or woodworking, or I'm doing something, you know. I've got to do something. Maybe it's just some people are, maybe you're just afraid of having too much success, so you kind of bounce around a little bit. That might be what it is. I don't know. Because I've known people, because one time I inherited some money from my aunt while I invested it in a business, and we lost every nickel. You know, every single dime that we put into this business, we lost. And it was a substantial amount of money. I mean, it wasn't millions of dollars or anything, but it was quite a few $1,000s. And we lost everything. You know, one reason why is because we weren't trained to run a business. We just went in, we just dove in head first, and we whacked our head on a rock, you know? And then we floated to the surface, and, you know, I can't stress this enough. If you're going to run an online business or any kind of business, get some business training. You know, I went to all these different courses and like that on training, business training, because I wanted to learn how to, you know, sell online and sell, I mean, you know, in person, sales, you know, talking to people like that, you know, sales calls. I mean, you got to be prepared, because if you just go in there blindly, you know, you're gonna fail miserably. You're gonna fall on your face. I mean, it's a good way to learn, but it's also an expensive way to learn. See, one thing about some of the online businesses I have is I don't have a whole lot of money tied up in them. But, you know, you got to spend a little bit of money on advertising. I mean, the YouTube videos are free, but you can pay. You know, you got to pay to promote them. You know, I learned that, you know, you can't just do all these free, like, blogs and blogging and like that. I tried that. I blogged till I was blue in the face. I got a few sales, but that was about it. But, you know, they say that with blogging or with anything, you got to consistently do it. Like I put out a video every day, a YouTube video every single day. I only missed 2 days this month because I had the coronavirus and I was sick. Some days I put out 2 or 3. But I've got another YouTube account too that I use. It's a Big Food Dude, where we're going to start doing, because the side effects of this coronavirus is gaining weight, because we take the steroids and like that. Man, I'll tell you, boy, when you take steroids, you're hungry all the time. And it puts on weight. I've been doing exercises and stuff too, but I do my exercise videos on my Big Food Dude platform because that's more related to the food. Where this right here, I try to preach a little bit about the Bible, how to be a good Christian. And we're all sinners, but, we try, to be good Christians. The world today is sin is good and good is bad, I don't understand it, You try to help somebody out and they end up sticking it to you in the end, So you got to be cautious about who even though I'm a minister, I help people out. I can see you can see the signs of some people. You can kind of read some people, you help them out a little bit. I've helped people out in the past, and I helped these people out one time, and it was a few Christmases ago. The lady was at the checkout counter, and she didn't really have much money. They was kind of counting. I said, I'll pay for your stuff. Don't worry about it. It was $20, $30 worth. It wasn't much. And all of a sudden, they're ringing up, and this lady's running back and bringing more stuff and putting it on the counter. I said, what are you doing? Well, I said I'd pay for your stuff. I'm not going to pay for the whole store here. I mean, stop, will you? They probably added another $10 or $15 worth of stuff to it. They just kept putting. I'm thinking, how rude. Somebody's going to, pay for something. Tell you to pay. They're going to pay for something, and then you start putting more stuff on there. I mean, that's just rude. So, the people who live around my area, I'm not going to say any names or anything, but that's the last time I've ever helped them, because I've seen them out before. They crying, "Oh, woe is me," like, hey, you make your own destiny, really. I mean, if people that are like elderly people, now they need, those are the ones, the people that really need to help. Or if you're really disabled like that, people like that need help. But there's a lot of people in this world that are quite capable of taking care of themselves. They just want people to feel sorry for them. Like people with kids. I've noticed that. They try to make you feel sorry for them because they got kids and you give them stuff. And then you end up just spending the money on dope anyways. And their kids are the ones that are suffering, really. So, if you're going to help people, make sure you're helping people that really need the help. Because some people don't need the help. They're just moochers, They need to fend for themselves, really. All right. I babbled on long enough. This is Mark, Controversial Christian. Let me go my closing prayer here. The video's getting long. Usually about 20 minutes, usually. Lord, I see clearly that any affection which I have ever had is scarcely as one drop in the vast ocean of all the seas, when compared with the tenderness of your divine heart towards those whom I love. Therefore, I cannot even one thought wish anything other than that which your almighty wisdom has appointed for each of them. Lord, bless your special friends and mine, according to the good pleasures of your divine goodness. Amen. Amen, everybody. We love you. Have a blessed day. Controversial Christian, signing off.